Well, Mikel Arteta to Barcelona. A big announcement was made yesterday, and it was made by Javi. And after all that, stories have gone ahead to link Mikel Arteta to join the side of Barcelona as their next manager. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rokani David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokani David is my name and hope you guys are really having a fantastic stay wherever you are. Smash the like button close to 200 times and don't forget to obviously subscribe because we want to hit 20,000 subscribers before the end of this month. I know nothing is possible. I know nothing is possible if at all you have Lord and Allah onto your side. This is the channel that brings you your latest football news from old football clubs apart from Man United. If you want to watch Manchester United stories, do one thing. Go to what we call United Matters channel. That's where you are gonna get me in. It's a Sunday. We thank God for the gift of life. The Muslims Barakallahu fikum, and let's kickstart it off with this. Now, Javi, after the game yesterday, he said, "I would like to announce that I will not continue as a Barcelona coach after June. On June 30th, I will leave the club. It's a decision that we have discussed with the president, with the staff. Barcelona need a change of direction. I will leave Barcelona on 30th of June. The situation needs to change, and as a Barcelona fan, I cannot allow this to continue." So that is Javi for you, and he went ahead obviously put out the statement yesterday, and you've gone ahead to see it very well. Now, this statement that went ahead to put out has gone ahead to obviously raise loads of media houses linking Mikel Arteta to the side of Barcelona. Remember, Javi yesterday was beaten by Villarreal at home by 5 goals to 3. 5 goals to 3. And it reached an extent when Villarreal was leading by 2 goals to 0, and Ilkay Gundogan went ahead to score in the 60th minute and 68th minute to level up the game. Then and then Eric Bay went ahead to obviously score an own goal, but Goncalo Guedes went ahead to level the game. Then Alexander Solth gave them the lead, and Luis Molares went ahead to make it 5-3 for the side of Villarreal. And this went ahead to force Javi to obviously come out and really put out a statement that he doesn't deserve to be there. Now, after that loss, Javi went ahead to obviously put out that statement that's leaving the club of Barcelona. And guess where Arsenal is targeting? We've been told by Grammy Bailey from the high ITC football that Mikel Arteta is a name that has been discussed at the highest levels at Barcelona as they now look for a new head coach following Javi's decision to quit the club. However, Arsenal are confident he will soon sign a new contract. Now, Mikel Arteta, as I've always told you, that the only team that can obviously make him stop the project of Arsenal to go and manage them is Barcelona. That is it. But I really understand the situation in which Mikel Arteta is in because Arsenal is a team that's going to have to give him trust. Arteta had never been a manager before, like the head manager for any football project in the world. We all knew that at Manchester City, he was doing the needful. And what needful was he doing? He was the assistant coach to Pep Guardiola. And everything that went wrong at Manchester City, there is no way Arteta would have gone ahead, obviously, be put into the direct spotlight. Who was put into the direct spotlight? It was none other than Pep Guardiola. And when he crossed in at Arsenal, remember, he was a deputy of Pep Guardiola, and Arsenal went ahead to obviously get him in. Remember, it took them close to 2 weeks of Edu visiting Arteta on a daily basis at home to obviously have a word. You get? To obviously have a word with the sporting director of Arsenal, that is Edu, to convince him that they've gone ahead to really see him as the right guy to take Arsenal forward. Mikel Arteta went ahead to make his own choices. He set his own rules, and Arsenal danced to the tunes of Mikel and gave him a job. Now, Arteta is building a very beautiful project at Arsenal, and I think it's not yet ready to see to it that he leaves. I will come out and really give Arsenal fans my word. Arteta is going nowhere. I think he cannot leave a team like Arsenal that is really progressing and he leaves. It's like going ahead to obviously cultivate, then sow the seeds and quit at harvesting time. We can all admit that Arsenal is nearing the harvesting season. That is it. As I told you, the plan was get back in the Champions League, compete for the Premier League, and in like the fourth year, he obviously wins the league. That was the plan of Arsenal. Though last season it came very early for Arsenal to obviously go ahead and obviously compete for the league with the side of Man City. But it shows you that it came ahead of the schedule. But that doesn't take them off the plan. They are sticking to the plan. And the other reason I believe that Arteta won't leave the side of Arsenal is the financial situation of Arsenal is better off than the financial situation at Barcelona. When you look at the team of Barcelona, it's ripped. They're having players from different managers. Javi has his own players. This other guy, he was called Koeman, has his own players. Luis, this manager that manages PSG, has his own players. Is there still any Pep Guardiola player at Barcelona? I think there is no player that was brought in by Pep Guardiola. And all things are not going in good for Xavi. And when you look at Mikel Arteta, he cannot allow to attend to such a team. And he needs a lot of money to obviously revamp. And trust me, Barcelona would give him the time that Arsenal had to give him, because Barcelona will want immediate success. Because Xavi, for your information, lifted the league last season. And a team cannot see a manager that lifted a league last season miss out on a league this season. That is it. So, it shows you the pressure at Barcelona that Arteta is not ready to get embarrassed. When you look at Arteta and what he's doing at Arsenal, he can be at Arsenal for the next decade. At Barcelona, their homeboy, who was their captain, all their vice captain, won them very many trophies, is being humiliated and wanted out because of not performing well after winning a league last season. So, Arteta will weigh all this, and I don't think it's the right time for him to leave. I know the only way he'll leave Arsenal is when he's going to hate to win everything for Arsenal. If time comes, when Arteta's going to hate to win the Champions League, Premier League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup, the FIFA World Cup, the Super Cups for Arsenal, I think in the next 6 years, he'll think of leaving the side of Arsenal. That is it. And I think the La Liga would have gone ahead to gain its momentum. But why would Mikel Arteta, who was not going ahead to win a major trophy for Arsenal, because I don't count the FA Cup because he won it, but it's not a major cup for me. I'm talking about the Champions League and the Premier League for Arsenal, to go to a side of Barcelona. Yet, he still has a lot of work to do here. He has a lot of things to prove at Arsenal, and I think it will be the biggest betrayal if he makes a decision to go on and join Barcelona. And I know Barcelona is gonna go ahead and obviously do the needful and convince him to sit where he joins them, but I don't see him joining them. I know he was at La Masia, he was rejected, and he would love to go there and obviously tell them that, however much as a player, I was rejected by Barcelona, and I was never a graduate from the La Masia Academy. You now need me to obviously bring in the very best of this team. One will say that Arteta has huge experience than Xavi, but trust me, the pressure at Barcelona is a lot more than that at Arsenal. That's what people really forget. The pressure at Barcelona is really huge because their counterpart, whom they are competing with as a rival, Real Madrid, is performing very well. I think Barcelona last won a Champions League with Luis Enrique. If at all I'm not mistaken, that's when they last won it. You get? I think by the time they had Messi, they had Suarez, and they had Neymar. I think in the final they beat Juventus by 3-1. They weren't going to hate to win a Champions League. But for Real Madrid, ever since Barcelona won the Champions League, Real Madrid was going to hit to win like 5. Remember, there is one they won when they beat Atletico Madrid, and then they skipped like 1 or 2 years. And then Zidane came in through and won 3 in a row. Then in 2022, it's Real Madrid that beat Liverpool in the final by 1-0. That was scored by Vinicius Jr. So I think Arteta serves a better purpose at Arsenal, and you obviously understand that I'm going nowhere. And I know that tomorrow he's going to hold a press conference and he's going to be asked this question, But all in all, we'll wait and see. But for Xavi, he quits the job as Liverpool manager. Also announced that he's quitting. Now, is Jurgen Klopp going to cross from Liverpool to go to Barcelona? Because even Barcelona doesn't have a manager. Barcelona doesn't have a manager right now, so they need another manager to come in through and really play a very huge part into their season. That is it through coming in through from the guy himself known as Javi Fernandez. Now, after that, Xavi went ahead to add the following to his statement of resignation as a manager of Barcelona in the summer. He said, as a color, the best thing is to leave the club after June. I think that will help the dynamic change, and I still think that we can have a very good season. I have to think about the club before myself. I don't want to be a problem for the club, and the best thing is to leave after June. I was the solution 2 years ago, but now leaving is the best option. So sometimes a lot is on your shoulders, When your plate is really having a lot of food and you cannot finish it, if you force yourself to finish it, you'll either cause yourself a lot for your stomach to do. So for me, I really find it very, 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 very competent of a manager to really weigh through himself and say, I'm not ready for the job. But I think it was like they never wanted to embarrass him that next season we are not having plans for you at Barcelona. So they did it for him as one of the people that has been at Barcelona as a player and manager. He has won them things, and they told him, please, this is not going to work out. We don't want to sound like we're going to have to sack you. Just come out and really make a statement that you are out of Barcelona in the summer. 30th June is when all is going to come out. And I think Barcelona are already looking in for replacements, but it looks like he has gone ahead to lose very many El Clasicos. And he has lost very many, I think, 4 in a row. And no Barcelona person will obviously leave you there. Because, Barcelona, the chairmanship and presidentship changes. So if Laporte doesn't let this guy leave, then the fans will be after him and they'll tell him, please leave, because you want another president. And I think the voting is not far off. He also added and said, that is Xavi, that I will not change my mind even if we win the Champions League. At least you won't judge me anymore. As you already know that I'm leaving in a few months, everything will be calmer. So, Barcelona is still in the Champions League, drawn in the round of 16. And I think first, second week of February, that's when they're going to be playing their first game. And I think they are going to knock out that team. Let me see which team Barcelona is drawn with in the Champions League. It's Napoli. Barcelona can knock out Napoli because they're having good quality players. So, even if he wins the Champions League, he feels like he's not going to change his mind. I told you that I support Man United, and around 2001, 2002, Sir Alex Ferguson hinted on really quitting the job of Man United, but he changed his mind and he was given a new contract by the club of Manchester United. But it looks like Xavi has told them that even if I win the Champions League, I'm not gonna stay here. So guys, your thoughts on Mikel Arteta to Barcelona as a Xavi's replacement are welcome in the comment section below. Do you think Mikel Arteta will decide to go to the side of Barcelona? All that and more into the comment section below. Rokani David remains my name. I sign out for now. See you later. Barakallahu fikum to the Muslims and the Christians. We cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. And may the living to God bless you abundantly. I'm out. What else have I not talked about? First video of the day. More is yet to come. Yesterday in the African Cup of Nations, Nigeria knocked out Cameroon. I came up with that update. Then Angola knocked out Namibia. And in the quarterfinal, two teams have gone ahead to book a slot and they're going to face one another. That is Angola and Nigeria. We don't know how that will go on, but we wait and see how it's gonna go on. A sign out. Bye bye.